my name is Emme.
Hey guys, my name is Victoria, and today we're here to talk to you about why groups act in ways that some individuals may not.
Have you ever watched a group do something wild and thought, I'd never do that on my own? Well, you're not alone. There's a psychological explanation for it. Let's break it down.
One reason this happens is due to a concept called de-individuation. When people are part of a group, they often lose their sense of identity and responsibility. The group's energy takes over and individuals feel less accountable for their actions. It's like the group becomes one big powerful force and you're just along for the ride.
Ever notice how people say harsher things online than they do face-to-face? That's de-individuation. The obscurity makes people feel disconnected from their usual sense of self.
Another factor is conformity. People will often adjust their beliefs, opinions, and behaviors to match a group's norms, even if they privately disagree. Social psychologist Solomon Asch studied this, and he found that people often go along with the group even when they know the group is wrong, just to fit in. No one wants to be the odd one out, am I right?
One influence includes informational social influence, which happens when individuals conform because they believe the group has the correct information. An example of this describes a classic social psychology prank, where a group of actors stand facing the back of an elevator when unsuspecting people entered. Many awkwardly turn to face the wrong way as well, purely because everyone else did.
The other influence is normative social influence, which happens when individuals conform to gain approval and avoid rejection from a certain group. An example describes the Asch conformity experiment, which was conducted by Solomon Asch. Like I said before, Solomon demonstrated how people conform even when they know the group is wrong. In this study, participants were shown a line and asked to match it with 3 other lines of different lengths. When a group of actors who were in on the experiment unanimously gave the wrong answer, many real participants conformed, despite clearly seeing the right answer.
Of lengths of lines. As you can see here, I have a number of cards, and on each card there are several lines. Your task is a very simple one. You're to look at the line on the left and determine which of the 3 lines on the right is equal to it in length. All right, we'll proceed in this order. You'll give your answer.
Only one of the people in the group is a real subject, the 5th person with the white t-shirt. The others are confederates of the experimenter and have been told to give wrong answers on some of the trials. The experiment begins uneventfully as subjects give their judgment.
2.
The subject denies the evidence of his own eyes and yields to group influence.
1.
Asch found subjects went along with the group on 37% of the critical trials. But he found through interviews that they went along with the group for different reasons.
1. 1. They must be right. There are 4 of them and 1 of me. 1.
Now let's talk about group polarization. When people in a group share similar beliefs, they tend to reinforce each other's views, making those beliefs far more extreme. This helps explain why peaceful crowds can sometimes turn into aggressive mobs.
Imagine a group of people start with a moderate opinion. Maybe they are unhappy about a local policy. As they discuss the topic together, they are feeding off of each other's emotions and ideas, so the group's energy amplifies their feelings, whether it's excitement, anger, or fear. The group stance doesn't just stay the same, it intensifies.
On their own, a person usually weighs the pros and cons of their actions. They might ask themselves, is this really a good idea, or what are the consequences? But in a group, something just shifts. And it's not that people want to act differently, it's that the group's momentum just makes it feel natural. The crowd's energy pulls you in, and suddenly you're not just following the group, you're part of it.
Finally, we have groupthink. This happens when people prioritize group harmony over critical thinking. No one wants to rock the boat, so bad decisions become unchallenged. Remember the infamous Challenger space shuttle disaster? Groupthink played a role there as well.
When people think individually, they're more likely to weigh pros and cons, voice doubts, and rely on personal judgment. In a group though, pressure for cohesion can make people suppress objections, assume the group must be right, or even self-censor to avoid looking disloyal. This is different from individuals making a bad call alone. In groupthink, smart people collectively make worse decisions than they would on their own.
It's not that they stop thinking, it's that they start prioritizing belonging over accuracy. After all, no one wants to be that person who slows everything down and ruins the group's confidence. And when everyone stays silent, it reinforces the illusion that everyone agrees, even when they don't.
Why do groups act in ways individuals wouldn't? De-individuation, conformity, group polarization, and groupthink. All of these are powerful psychological forces that influence behavior.
Next time you're in a group, ask yourself, am I thinking for myself or is the group thinking for me?